Hi guys, I'm Shmi. Hello and welcome back to the channel where you join me today on my US tour at Road Atlanta. I'm here with the driving club of Road Atlanta who invited me to come along to do some laps in the Ford GT. But while I'm here, the owner of this, the very special Lamborghini Murcielago LP670-4 Super Veloce, has invited me to take it for a couple of laps to experience what it's like. Now up to this point, this platform of car has completely eluded me. I've never driven a Murci, I've never driven an LP640, and I've certainly never driven an LP670 SV. So I am very excited to experience what this is going to be like out on the track today, to hear the sounds, and this car is also fitted with an IPE exhaust system. That means the V12 is going to be screaming away. I'm looking forward to this one though. Let's have a quick intro to the car, take a look around it before heading on out to hear the sounds and see what it's like to drive. Have a look at these two then, sitting here side by side in the sunshine. It is absolutely scorching today, but we're at the track. There are plenty of cars taking part. I think that might be a Gallardo race car. You can spot the 488 Pista here. We've got Corvette ZR1s, 911 GT3s, Cayman GT4s, you name it, lots of cars blasting around. But we're going to be taking a look at this, which actually takes me back a fair notch. Some of you might be aware of my first ever YouTube video. In London, January 2010, almost a decade ago now, I filmed at the time two brand new cars at an event for Top Gear magazine. It just got really loud. Now at that event, the two cars were a new Ferrari 458 Italia and one of these, the SV in this colour, Arancio Borealis. That was my first ever car video on the Shmi 150 channel. So this car is actually pretty special, but up to this point, like I say, I've never driven one. It was launched at the Geneva Motor Show back in 2009. All the cars were released during 2010. Lamborghini were going to make a total of 350 of them, but at the end of the day only built 186 because it had to make way for the then incoming Lamborghini Aventador, which of course we know and love. That burbles on past us as well. You get the picture of what's happening today. So only 186, and out of all of those, I think that's really loud. Out of all of those, I think only 5 or 6 of them are manual. This car has the E-gear, so the automated manual, the flappy paddles gearbox. But if you look around it, it's a lot more built on than the original Murcielago. The Murcielago was facelifted into the LP640, Lamborghini's new naming structure. This came along, LP670 representing 670 horsepower, and it also has 660 newton meters of torque. Coming from back here, a 6.5 litre naturally aspirated V12 with such a distinct and unique tone to it as well. A beautiful view through the slats there on the rear deck. The dash 4, it is 4-wheel drive. As usual with the Lamborghinis, you've got the 4-wheel drive system. And of course, this is nearly a decade old, this car now, so we've got to look after it. Bodywork-wise, visually, it's got a more pointed nose at the front, a lower splitter as well. But this is really one of Lamborghini's, I think, iconic paintworks, the pearlescent metallic orange. Obviously, at the back, you have this ginormous wing as well sitting there. You could have the car either with this high downforce wing, or you could opt to have it without that, but to have a top speed wing, a little lip spoiler that you had flicking up at the back as well. Around here you can see the aggression of the diffuser, how open it is, the exhaust system back here too, and quite a funny and appropriate number plate for what we're doing today, being here at the racetrack with this thing. So let me come round then. I've got the key in my hand here, along with the fob for the exhaust system. Of course, we've got proper Lamborghini doors. You give a press in here, lift this, it opens upwards to reveal the interior. Where it's stripped out, you've got Alcantara, you've got the bucket seats, not too much going on. Let me take a step inside. Climb in here, just going to slightly watch out for those doors, full carbon fibre door cards as well. And I'm just going to pop the key in here, turn on the ignition for a moment, all the lights just coming into life, and then if maybe you can press on already, give a ton of this, take a listen to the startup very quickly. Sounds good, hey? Sounds good. So we're in neutral at the moment. You've got the Corsa mode, which I think we'll be needing for the racetrack. You can open up the vents at the back as well, which always looks cool. You've got a front nose lift system. Underneath this piece here, you've got the climate control. Of course, it looks a little bit old now compared to more modern cars. We've got a very small Alcantara steering wheel. This car's done just shy of 10,000 miles. Got a fly-off handle. handbrake, but basically all is more or less set, and I think ready to go to make for a pretty epic time. You have the seatbelts that come out from the center. This is car number 214. Look at that, the orange to match on the interior with the exterior, the SV embroidery, and that view as well through to the engine bay. So let me get the car warmed up, get myself lined up, because I think I'm going to be going out in just a minute or two right now, and I'm pretty excited to see what this is going to be like to drive out here on the track. All right, fly off handbrake, away into first gear. This is definitely feeling pretty cool. You can tell it's a big car. Listen to that sound. Let me just make sure we've got the exhaust valves open. But even still, this thing... that downshift. So, are we in Corsa? Yes. What a sound! Okay, here we go, Road Atlanta. Now this is not a race, I will add. I'm going to be taking it easy, enjoying the drive. And I've done a few laps in the GT, so I've got a little bit accustomed to the track. There are some major undulations, some bits that you really have to concentrate on, particularly the last corner, which is very, very blind. Now the seating position is a touch awkward. When you're wearing a helmet, I'm hitting onto the roof next to me, onto the A-pillar that comes over, and I think that's what you expect from previous Lamborghinis. They're not meant to be completely perfect. I'm not even sure that I'm sitting dead straight either, but who really cares when you've got that V12 whale? Now with the E-gear gearbox, you have to slightly lift the throttle pedal in order to make the clean shifts, the smooth and comfortable shifts. But this, 5,000 RPM. I don't know why this car has eluded me up to this point. Why have I never been in one before? What a sound! Modern cars don't touch this. Wow! Just wow! So I'm driving as part of the touring group. The driving club here at Road Atlanta have a number of different sessions, advanced, intermediate, and this is the corner, by the way. Watch the way it drops down here. And then touring. So this is the group to learn the track, to get a feel for how to drive it, but what exactly you need to do. I've been driving in some of the faster paced groups in my car. But the owner has very kindly allowed me to drive this today as we complete the first lap. I'm beaming. This car is epic. What's incredible, of course, though, is at the time Lamborghini couldn't sell all 350. The customers weren't there. Now, though, these are highly sought after, very rare cars, and you can see why. Why didn't people want them? Why in 2010 weren't they all being snapped up? And of course, the manual ones even more so, with the 6-speed gated manual. Dropping gears is just a dream. As we come up towards the final turn. Yeah, I'm driving at Road Atlanta in an LP670 SV. Oh, this is so cool! A huge thanks to the owner of this car, and of course also to Driving Club Road Atlanta for the invitation today to join in For a bit of fun then, I'm in first gear. Let me put my foot down. I might only have done 3 or 4 laps, they might not have been flat out, but I have a gigantic smile on my face. This has been an incredible experience. I absolutely love it. And this is the first time I've driven one of these. I said that earlier, and a lot of people say that they're too big, they're too clumsy, they're too awkward, too impractical. But you know what? It's a Lamborghini. Who cares? And at that, it is an epic Lamborghini as well. I mean, okay, maybe it feels like there's a tendency towards understeer. It might not be the most dynamic in the world. You can feel that it's big and heavy, but it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. You've got that sound, you've got this feel from the thing. Ah, this is a good day. This is a really, really good day. I feel like just for fun I should pop it out of Corsa just to see what that's like, although not ideal on the track. Corsa, of course, is Italian for track. That's where this car is at home, that's what it was built for. And this is where the shifts will just be a touch slower. Yeah, you can feel that massively different. We are going to pull back into the pit lane now. Yeah, this has been incredible. Downshifts are less ferocious as well. I can't stop giggling. Yes. Okay, let's pop it back into Corsa. Crawling the pit lane. And of course you can pull both paddles. Back into gear. Oh, all right. Sadly, that's going to be the end of that. But what an experience, what a memory I'm going to take home from it. Driving in the SV. This was the SV to me, and like I said, it was the first car I ever filmed on YouTube. One of these alongside a 458 Italia, and now I've driven it, now I've experienced it, and it's what I expected, in the sense of being not the finest of cars, but not really mattering. Who cares? It does exactly what it's built to do, and it does it in such a good way. So let me pull back through, find where I've put the GT. I can't actually remember, and try and park this alongside it. I think I've made life a little bit difficult for myself. It's somewhere up here, and oh, there we go, look at that. 2 GTs side by side, how fantastic. So the other thing I've got to get right is reverse in here, which is not what you would expect. So you go into neutral, there is a button on the dashboard, give that a press, we're good to reverse back, and hopefully not into a GT. That would be ideal right now. And yeah, there we go, that's it. Amazing. Listen to this thing. Okay, I should stop being childish now. That is really very noisy, but worth it in every way. We came straight back in to the driving club to have a bite of lunch. They've got this amazing facility. We've got all the cars around. Well, I say that, some have now gone straight out back onto the track. The GT parked here for a moment in front of a Performante, GT3 RS, GT2 RS, and plenty more, and some serious pieces of equipment as well. And of course, we have the lovely orange bull behind us, the LP670, and really and truly, this has been a very, very special opportunity. Of course, I would say the looks of the car are starting to date slightly. Obviously, given its age, look at the headlights, for example, they're not fully Aventador level, of course, but this thing, it was iconic. It's a Murcielago, except it's a Murcielago with a serious injection of steroids. All of the parts that are just bulged out and grown here, for example, for the cooling intakes, with the badges that originally said LP670-4 SV. You've got the Super Veloce logo there also on the fenders, and then these panels that actually lift up to open up and take in more cooling air as well when it's on the go, when the car gets warmed up. Around the back, as we said, again, it's a distinct look. It is the Murcielago shape, that traditional Lamborghini wedge that comes down towards the back. One smooth line, keeping the car very, very low, very iconic in the way it looks, and then the doors as well. And the interior of the car, I mean, it's pretty stripped out. There's not too much to say about it. And in fact, I've actually just set off the immobilizer, so I need to grab the key here, just to unlock that. So it goes quieter for a moment. We've got the old school style beeps, with lots of exposed carbon fibre. As I said, pretty stripped out really. As a grab handle for the passenger side, but not all that much to it. On top of that, and a fairly basic old school style steering wheel. Yeah, maybe the shift paddles are quite short in comparison with a more modern car, let's say. And then also, if you're quite tall, these are, I'm led to believe, actually get in the way of your knees, which isn't ideal. And then there's not that much headroom either. But hey, that's not what the car is about. It's supposed to be an epic driving experience, and it really and truly is. That was definitely something I appreciate. So the owner's Instagram link is down below, Duke Allen 99. And it's a big, big thanks from me to him for allowing me to drive this today. What a drive, what a car. And of course also to the team here at the Driving Club Road Atlanta for the opportunity to come and take part. We've got Silver GT, my GT that I've done some laps with, which at some point in the not too distant future is also going to be needing some new tyres. With that, I've just been enjoying getting a few laps in myself out on the track, but focusing mostly today, of course, on this absolute beast. A rewind, a blast from the past for me, going back to really where my YouTube channel began. That's the crazy thing. It was filming one of these in this colour for my first ever video on the Shmee150 YouTube channel almost 10 years ago. We went from that to filming cars that had flown over from the Middle East to come over to London, and now that's oddly what I'm doing myself with this, having flown it on a 747 here to the USA to drive as well at Road Atlanta. This is absolutely crazy. But anyway, my experience, my first time driving a Murcielago of any sorts, and in particular, one of the 186 LP670-4 Super Veloces. So that's it again. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Don't forget the owner's link in the description down below, and I will see you again very, very soon. Cheers.